Hello. Welcome to another video. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to have you back. Today we are talking about something that is somewhat the basis of this channel, and there is a definite red thread in the videos I've been making. If you've watched a couple, this one will make sense. And this is how to find your own style, or things to consider in order to find your own style. Very few things make me happier than seeing someone, especially someone I know, come to meet their own style and come to finding what they like to wear and being comfortable in what they're wearing. And obviously style is a ongoing process. It is, if you use it accordingly, it showcases parts of your personality, and it will grow with you and it will change and evolve with you. And so things you were absolutely totally fond of a year or two ago, you might not so much be fond of anymore, which is totally fine. And it keeps on changing, and this is a wonderful thing because it reflects yourself. But this is if you let it, if you don't just stick to whatever trends pop up. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but I'm going to be talking on how to find your actual own style, not just how to be stylish by guide, because there are things that help you make you more stylish. But the main thing, and I've said this so many times in all of my videos, the main thing to make you stylish is to find your own style. So this is an introduction to that. I think this is going to be a multiple part video. But yeah, before I start though, I would love to thank MS Blue Jewelry, who so kindly sent me both a necklace and a bracelet. MS Blue Jewelry is a smaller brand with a focus on making jewelry affordable, particularly diamonds. They have lab-grown diamonds, amazing for engagements, ring, and that kind of stuff. Obviously, there are still a certain budget because it is a diamond, but nowhere comparable to traditional diamonds. So definitely worth checking out for that kind of product. But they also make beautiful everyday jewelry, as you can see with the bracelets I'm wearing, which I literally haven't taken off since I've gotten it, and the 3 Eternity Circle necklace, which I also love. They have gold, silver, everything. And you can benefit of a discount code down below for 15% off, as well as the links to the jewelry I've been wearing and I showed you. Additionally, I want to note that MS Blue is conducting a charity campaign with the aim of sustaining and helping the environment, which is one of their key features, alongside making beautiful jewelry affordable. They believe that every woman should be able to afford their little piece of sparkle and gemstone jewelry, so that is their mission, and they're doing a great job. Definitely go check them out down below. And then let's get straight into it. Let's get right into the video. The very first thing, and I already mentioned this a bit in the introduction, be wary of trends, like upcoming trends and aesthetics. Aesthetics can be good in one sense because they allow you to see a genre of people dressed similar. They're not really the same anymore as subcultures were, and I've watched so many interesting video essays on that I will put down below, because I think informing yourself on this kind of topic allows you to understand a lot more what style actually is and what it represents and what it has represented. But I don't want to touch on that in too much depth right now, so I'll link it down below if you're interested. But yeah, so it can help you see kind of what you like. If a lot of videos on your TikTok or whatever are cottagecore videos and you're like, oh, I really like this style, I really like the white ruffly part of it, that can be beautiful. But my point is, do not jump on every trend. You can't go from downtown girl to clean girl to Brad Summer girl to, I don't even know what's in right now, but that's not your style. And I notice it sometimes. I see, obviously, that social media and any type of media is going to influence us, and I talk about this more later. But hopping from one fad trend to the next, that is not your style. That is what someone or some people on TikTok told you was cool for the sake of an algorithm, for the sake of views. And it makes me a bit sad. And you might say this is judgmental, but when I see someone out and about and just off their outfits, I know they have TikTok. Sometimes that's a good thing, because sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But sometimes it's a bit like, please. Like, it just makes me sad. I'm like, you just went out and bought however many pieces to fit this new aesthetic of the summer, like bloquette, coquette, you know? And this is something to really be wary of. When you see something, ask yourself, do I really like this? Or have I just seen this so many times that the brain is a little bit dumb? Like, the brain, you can trick your brain, and it's the same as when you listen to a song so many times that you start to find it catchy. We have that with styles. And sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing. For instance, I used to hate ballet flats, and then the more I saw them, the more I was like, oh, maybe you know what? And now I actually like them. Maybe I'm being a bit hypocritical with it, but I think it's not the same. Like, if there's one article of clothing, say you weren't big on vests and they're in this year, and you're like, oh wow, actually, I'm saying this year, I mean this 4 week period because trends go insane. But say they're in right now, and you realize actually maybe like you see people dress them up different ways, and you're like, okay, maybe they have a point. That's one thing. If a new aesthetic comes in and you spend I don't know how much money on Shein, on whatever, even if it's sustainable brands, which you probably can't afford to change your closet with sustainable brands on a quarterly cycle. But anyway, all this to say, be wary of trends and think, what do you actually like? Which brings me on to the next point. All these points are very much interlinked, but that's a good thing, I think. The next point is, and this is a quote, you've definitely heard this before, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. This is an imperative mindset to have when shopping if you want to make sure you buy clothes you like and that you open your closet to a wardrobe of outfits that scream you. When I see my clothes, they scream Ines. Am I sick of them sometimes? Yes, that's normal. I think also with the amount of media we're seeing and how quickly things are going, there's so much information, and then our closet, at least my closet does not look like that. Like, I do not have 50,000 pairs of pants, etc. So I can be convinced that I don't have enough, but deep down I do have enough. And the clothes I own, I like. 98% of all the clothes I own, I like. And then there's a couple things I keep for certain occasions, especially when you're shopping. If you already don't love it in the store, if you're not like, oh, I love this, you are never gonna wear it, or you're gonna wear it with resentment. And you don't look good in resentment. You look good in feel good, look good, you know? That's definitely one of my tips. Do not buy it if you don't love it. If you've been really wanting a certain something, a specific top from a specific brand, but it's a tiny bit pricey, sometimes finding alternatives is great. Sometimes finding alternatives won't hit the same way as the actual product, and you won't wear them. And you'll have basically the same top, but not quite the same, so you don't like it. Sometimes it's worth spending a bit more money and buying the real one, the one you actually like, because you'll be happy. Make sure you are satisfied with the clothes you own. Maybe do a closet clean out. I also have a video, I just posted a video on closet essentials, in my opinion. Maybe that can help you figure out if there's anything you're missing in your closet, and that can help you get dressed. But yeah, maybe do a closet clean out so you can buy a couple new things. But I'm definitely, the last thing I'm advocating for right now is for you to go and spend $6 billion at the next shop. I'm not advocating that at all. And this can be harder. But if it's not a hell no, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, also applies to thrift store. I have the tendency, and I think a lot of people have the tendency in thrift stores to be like, oh, but this is a really good find. If you found this in Zara, H&M, and whatever shops you shop, it was full retail price, would you buy it? Just because it's a good find doesn't mean it's a good find for you, you know? If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. This also goes to life, by the way. I'm a strong advocate if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. The next part, and these are two parts, is where can you find inspiration from? Inspiration is such an interesting topic to me, and I definitely want to make more videos on this because I've thought about it so many times. I've thought, if I had no social media, no TikTok, no Pinterest whatsoever, what would I wear? And this is a rhetorical question because you don't know, because you've been online for I don't know how many years, you can't know. But at one point, 1 year or 2 years ago, I deleted TikTok for a full year, and I kept Instagram, but I didn't use it. Oh, sometimes, but I didn't really use it as a replacement to TikTok. It was genuinely more to see the people I'm interested in. I was off TikTok for a full year, and I craved shopping so much less than I do when I'm on TikTok. Genuinely, I can make a proper video about this, but genuinely, I never want to buy or wear as much makeup as when I'm on TikTok. I never feel the need for as many clothes as when I'm on TikTok. TikTok, you're just seeing so much. There's so much information being thrown at you and thrown at you and thrown at you, and girl after girl after girl in perfect outfit, in perfect face, in perfect body, and you just start feeling a bit inadequate in the way you dress, because you know that if you put your outfit on a TikTok, it wouldn't blow up necessarily. All this to say, inspiration has a very strong role, and I would recommend straying a bit away from TikTok, Instagram, even Pinterest as your main sources of inspiration, because it can feel a bit restrictive sometimes. And it can feel like if you don't wear the exact same outfit as the person on the video, on the photo, on whatever, it's not good. Whereby if you look in real life, if you look at fashion shows, if you look at magazines, you see things, it definitely will inspire you, because any type of media, any life event inspires you on one scale or another. But it will inspire you in a more discreet way, where you might notice patterns and things you like, patterns in what you like, especially if it's haute couture. It's crazy, it's insane. You're not going to wear that to go to school or to work or whatever, you know? But you can see what you like. You can be like, oh, I love the structure in that. And then either consciously or subconsciously, you'll make a note that structure is something you care about in clothes. And then the next time you go shopping, instead of buying something limp, you might buy something a bit more structured, or, oh, I really like that color. And obviously, I know that fashion shows, in a way, forecast or influence trends. And I'm not saying, in my point before, I'm not saying trends as a whole are bad. I'm just saying try not to hop from one trend to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Not every trend needs to be worn. If it's not you, it's not you. Even if people with similar styles as you love a certain item, if it's not you, it's not you. It's not your style, it's theirs. It might be similar, but it's not your style, it's theirs. Another tip, and very similar, is when you find something you love, so you find a TikTok you love, don't try and buy the exact same item. Obviously, there's exceptions to this. Say you watch this video and you really like the top I'm wearing. A lot of people's first instinct nowadays is to comment, where's your top from? And to get really pissed off when someone gatekeeps. You can't buy this one because it was my mom from 30 years ago. But sorry. But either way, try not to do that. Obviously, there's exceptions. When I see a girl with a particularly good pair of jeans, I will comment because I have a hard time finding jeans. But you can see what you like. You can see, oh, I like that she has a tight fitting top and loose pants. I like, that was very not creative, but I like the cut of her top. And now you keep that in mind, either consciously or subconsciously, the next time you shop, to look for similar things. But you don't need to buy the same, because again, your closet will be an accumulation of different people's styles. Okay, that's already better than just copying one person, because you are kind of, I believe, a creation of your surroundings, and different parts of you correspond to your friends, to your life, to your family, to the media you consume. But the more you buy things you like in small shops that are just yours, the more you have items in your closet that not everyone else has. And I'm not saying this in a whoa, I'm so cool, no one's like me way, but the more the items in your closet are yours, strictly yours, the more you're developing your style. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying this is a crazy creative top. I'm not saying no one's ever seen something like this, but the little detail on it makes it my top. The specific material is my top. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? I feel quite strongly about this, but I mean it in a good way. Then another tip, and MS Blue Jewelry is great for having sent me the jewelry they did, because it is to start small. Start with accessories, especially if your dream style is completely different from what you're wearing right now. Start small, start with jewelry, start with a purse, start with accessories. It feels way less intimidating, and you'll feel appropriate in any setting. I've spoken about this before, but my sister has a style, or a desired style, which is, I guess, a bit more alternative. But she's nervous to do that in her day-to-day life, especially the summer she had an internship. And this summer, she started integrating parts of her personal style in accessories, in jewelry, in a little blouse on top of an outfit, in her purse. And it makes such a big difference. Starting small makes such a big difference. You don't need, and I want to make this so crystal clear, you don't need to go out and spend every last penny on clothes right now. So starting small is great. Jewelry is a great idea. Hair, I have a video on hair. I have a video in general on small things you can do to make your outfits more stylish. It's called Cool Girl 1-on-1, but a main theme in it is to make them more you. I'll link it down below. There's gonna be a lot of links. And then when you see inspiration, be that on TikTok, be that in literally everything I just mentioned, think about why you like what you like. In the clothes you're wearing also, think about, why do I like this specific top? Is it the color? Is it the cut? Is it the material? This will help you understand patterns in your taste. And thus, when you shop, you can, again, consciously or subconsciously, pay attention to these patterns and buy more clothes in a genre or in a fabric or in a cut or in a vibe, for lack of a better term, that you actually like. And that is how ultimately you build your dream wardrobe, your dream style, is by buying clothes that you deeply like. And in order to buy what you like, it helps to understand why you like what you like. And I want to make a more specific video on this because I recently discovered a concept on how to create outfit recipes based on what you like and based on deciphering exactly what it is you like. I think that will be my next or video after that. So stay tuned for that. Overall, this is how you slowly find your own style. I think it's important. It's not like primordial that you have your own style, but it's a very interesting and fun, and it can be such a casual way of being more true to yourself, because every day when you dress up, your exterior represents you, it represents your taste, it represents, this brings me on to like a whole spiritual conversation and like psychoanalysis on to what extent you are what you like, but I think you are. This can be another video. There's so many videos in the making up in here, but I think it's so important, and I think in general you feel so much better when you like the clothes you wear. Last one, what can also really help is shopping alone. I know this is so scary to so many people. Being alone in general is so scary to so many people, but shopping alone is such a good thing because, for instance, I went once, I went shopping twice, was in the same week, was in the same mall. And I tried on this dress that I really, really loved. I saw it looked so good. I went back during the same week, or maybe the week later, with a friend. And I tried on the same dress because I didn't buy it the first time. And she wasn't sure about it. And she was like, I don't know, this, and that. And then I was like, you know what? You're right. And I didn't buy it. And sometimes that can help, having a second opinion. But why do you care about their opinion? They're not the one wearing it, you know? And have you ever not known what to wear and you've asked like two friends and they both tell you something different, and then you're like, what do I do now? Don't ask. Try and think for yourself. Genuinely, like, it sounds so silly, but making your own decisions will allow the clothes you wear to reflect your own style. If you want more videos with a similar optic, you can check some of the past ones. I'll have some link down below. But in general, I have different videos, and this is a key topic in my mind, so it's a key topic in what I create. But yeah, I really hope you will do yourself the favor following your instincts and dressing the way you like to dress. And yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. I hope you check out the rest of my content for a similar optic on style, etc. Let me know if you have any other tips. Stay tuned for more. I promise I'll post more regularly. A lot's been happening. I'll talk about that soon. Like, follow, comment, subscribe. It all means the world to me. I love you guys so much. Genuinely, like genuinely. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.